may seem like everyone is coupled up this week celebrating their significant others with all the cliche tokens of love.
But if you are single on Valentine's Day, you're not alone. And joining us this morning with some tips to help us attract the love we want is life coach and founder of YUOLOGY, Tonia Mattu. Welcome back.
Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Nice to see you all.
Yes, so tomorrow is Valentine's Day. If you do not have a significant other on tomorrow, what are some of your tips for those people?
Yeah, well, I would say for Valentine's Day, you don't need to have a partner, and the one thing that you do have control over is yourself and taking care of yourself, and self-love can be a big part of feeling good and enjoying the moment. And every one of us has some kind of relationship in our lives, whether it's with our family, our friends, our coworkers, and just celebrating the day of love.
Yeah, it doesn't have to necessarily be about someone that you're in love with or like a romantic partner. It can be people in your life that, fill your cup.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I like that, just a day to celebrate love or the week to celebrate love. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is, like you said, filling your cup. So when you're giving yourself love, then you also radiate love, and you just kind of cultivate an energy of love.
What do you think? What are some of the ways you think that we can sort of fill our cup or appreciate the people around us?
Yeah, well, I've put together a couple of tips that we could even talk about. So the first one I would say is choose love. So every single moment, every single decision we make either can come from like love or fear, or it can empower you or drain you. So if you think about like even in the morning when your alarm goes off, it's like you could either choose like, oh, I hate getting up in the morning, like it's the worst, I hate it, or you could be like, okay, here's a new day, like how am I going to show up today? So every single decision either is going to empower you, right, or feel good or feel bad. So, and every decision then comes with its own set of emotions, right, and self-talk and everything that's
What are specific tips of doing that when you choose love, declare love, make that your respected, but physical things you could actually do? Or
Yeah, I say be very mindful of your self-talk.
Okay.
So like, what are you telling yourself every day? Because what you're telling yourself you're going to believe, and what you talk about and think about, you're going to create more of in your life. So just be mindful of like, what are you saying to yourself when you look in the mirror? What are you saying, to yourself when you're driving your car? If you're at a red light, for example, are you sitting there being like, oh, I wish that this would change, and I hate this? Like, because again, you've got no control over this reality.
So taking
just
a positive spin on every aspect.
Yeah, as much as we can to just creating a feeling of progression.
So when we see people in the movies talking to themselves in the mirror saying, you can do this, you're great, you got this, that's actually something people should do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Finding joy in the process is your next one.
Yes. So finding joy in the process is like we're all kind of moving forward. Every person has goals. Everybody is trying to move forward and progress in some way. So we have to remember that like we can't wait to feel good at a certain time in the process. Like we can't wait till we hit the finish line and then be like, okay, now I feel good. So you have to think about like all the steps along the way, and
finding like the joy in the journey versus the
result. Exactly, and that's just it. And so like just knowing that we are all trying to get to an end point for certain goals, but the whole journey along the way is ultimately what's getting us to where we want to be, and just appreciating all of it.
So a couple questions, Anne, is one, what's the one thing we can do today to improve our self-love? But if we're still seeking a relationship or kind of that love that we want, how do we do that? How do we attract the love that we want?
Sure. Yeah, so I would say happy habits is another one where we can, like, happy habits are what are the things that make you feel good, right? So if you could just start appreciating what you have in your life today, so even creating like a gratitude journal and appreciating the things that you have in your life today, appreciating things that you love about yourself, and then you will like attract what you see in yourself. So we're constantly kind of teaching people how to treat us.
Yes.
So we first need to treat ourselves with love and respect.
If we improve ourselves, we radiate the love, and then you can attract the love.
That's how it works. Yeah,
energy that you put out into the universe.
It's really how it works, right? So it's how you're treating yourself. So you could, be single and say, I want somebody to love and respect me and treat me well. Well, so then switch that around. Like, how am I loving and respecting myself and treating myself? And then as you start doing it to yourself, really that's what you're going to create more of.
Great information
Yes.
this morning, Tonia.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank
Happy
you.
Valentine's to you
Thank
tomorrow.
you. You too.
Thanks, Tonia.